Okay, hello, how is everyone doing? Happy winter solstice. Welcome to Capricorn season. For most of us, at least in the northern hemisphere, this is going to be kind of like it is going to be the longest nights of the year over the next few days, and I'm curious if you guys are really feeling that. I know I am. It's just kind of like we're trying to get through, you know what I mean? We're just trying to get through until the new year, and there's not too much motivation. There's not this need to get things done, really, at least for me personally. So I'm curious how you guys are experiencing this energy as well. My name is Elena. I am an intuitive reader, and I started this message over on TikTok and the other social medias. So if you came over from there, thank you for checking out the full message here. We are going to do a pick a card. And really what I'm trying to see is like if there's any messages or guidance here as to any ways you guys can plan or prepare and kind of use this kind of like mellow, chill energy to kind of like work through anything, prepare for the new year, maybe, you know, just kind of see what comes through. But what I got on TikTok when I was doing that short video was that I feel like for some people, now is a good time to look back over the year and look at any opportunities or anything maybe that you even spoke about to somebody or even to yourself, like opportunities that you would have liked to have had, things you would have liked to experience, things you would have liked to have done that you didn't do. Like, even if this is like just kind of like things that you need to get done that you never got done, or even just like experiences or things that you would have liked to have done, like just fun things that you didn't get to do, and really kind of reflecting on some of that stuff. Even if it's like making appointments that you should have made over the past year or whatever, but kind of just reflecting on certain things that things that maybe you communicated to other people about things that you would like to do or stuff and things like that. And kind of reflecting on, I wasn't able to get it done this year, but, you know, I would like to get it done next year. You know, just kind of like reflecting on things that you would like to call into your life next year. And then for some of you, I feel like this is kind of a sense of reflecting on your relationships and how they have kind of played out and the role that you have played in them over this past year. Were you an instigator in fighting? Were you kind of shut down and not open to communication? Were you shut down and not open to communicating your emotions and your feelings? You know, were you really distant and not really connecting, or, you know, like kind of just reflecting on how you've shown up in relationships, and if that's how you really want to show up. Are you really showing up as you would like to in your connections? Okay, so I feel like that's kind of like two different messages here. I know they both apply to me. Maybe that's for all of you, maybe not. But yeah, I feel like there is just like a sense of reflection over this year, sending some gratitude for this year and being appreciative of the things that have worked out and maybe even of the things that didn't work out. And yeah, that was kind of the overall message there. So let's get into the pick a card, okay? So this is going to be like the planning and preparation for the year to come. That's kind of the gist of this message. It's not a super like specific message. I just kind of go in with the flow here. So we've got Beaver Spirit, lay a solid foundation and abundance planning for pile number 1, okay? Beaver Spirit, lay a solid foundation and abundance planning for pile number 1. Pile number 2 is embrace the in-between and make a vision board, okay? Embrace the in-between and make a vision board. This is pile number 2. This is a really good message there. I feel like that's kind of the energy. We're like in this in-between energy, like this year is basically over, but we haven't started the new one. Like, it's just kind of this weird energy that we just kind of have to sit in and appreciate. Okay, and then pile number 3, we have clear out the clutter, frog spirit, and clean your space. Pile number 3, frog spirit, clean out the clutter, and clean your space. I know I did that last week. I very much like scrubbed my house down. It needed it. It needed some love. So let's get into it. Okay, pile number 1. If you chose pile number 1, this message is for you. All right, messages for my pile number 1. Insight, guidance. What do they need to know about this current energy? How can they plan and prepare for the year to come? How can they use this, you know, this kind of lull of an energy, lull of space and energy that we're in right now? How can they plan and prepare for the year to come? How can they plan and prepare for the year to come? Let's get into it. Pile number 1. How can they, Emperor. I feel like this could be a few things. I feel like this is like, where in your life do you need to be a little more responsible? Do you need to be a little more mature? Do you need to kind of like rise to the occasion, even when it's not fun, even when you don't enjoy it? And at the same time, where are you taking things too seriously? Like, where are you being like a party pooper? Where are you making things too serious? Is there anywhere in your life that you can lighten up when it comes, to anything? Like, what do you need to take more seriously, and what are you making too serious? Okay, I feel like that can go in both directions here. Okay, pile number 1. How can they plan and prepare for the year to come? How can they plan and prepare? Oh, baby, we got the Empress and the Emperor out. First 2 cards. So I gotta say this, pile number 1. If you're not in a connection, if you are not married or like in a divine union, then you better prepare for one. You better make a love list. You better decide what kind of partner you want. Like, what values and characteristics do you appreciate and desire in a partner? Because you may be meeting this person if you haven't already. And even if you already have, it is very, very beneficial to come up with the values and the characteristics that you desire and appreciate in your partner. And then you will really see, like, it's very, very interesting. Like, when you do this and you already have a partner, then you start to see how much they match your love list, how much they really match what you desire in a partner. And then you can also see maybe the areas that they need to work on. Not that you tell them, but you will kind of, once you get clear on it, you'll start to notice it in them. And then we've got the Hanged Man. And this is kind of a card of surrender. Of what do you need to surrender to? Like, what areas of your life is it just kind of like, I am going to allow this to play out? And at the same time, what areas, like, do you need to make any sacrifices? Is there anything that it's like, this isn't worth holding on to? This isn't worth, keeping it in my energy, keeping it in my life? Like, what, is there anything you need to surrender to? Is there anything that you need to sacrifice as well? Okay, pile number 1. How can they plan and prepare for the year to come? How can they plan and prepare for the year to come? That is crazy, pile number 1, that we got the Emperor and the Empress out immediately. I mean, I feel like you guys are going to have some really beautiful experiences coming in for you. Okay. 3 of Pentacles. So I feel like this is kind of like, okay, where in your life could you use more help? Where in your life could you use more cooperation from your family, from your friends, from your work? And where in your life could you be more helpful? Where could you cooperate a little more? Where could you compromise? Where can you, where in your life can you Learn to work on a team, to do this from not just from an I perspective, but from a us perspective, from a we perspective. And I'm also getting this message. It's like, instead of, especially if like you're in a marriage, like instead of looking at problems like this problem is in between us, you know what I mean? How can we look at this problem as us against the problem, not the problem in between us? I don't know if that makes sense. But how can we look at our problems as it's me and you against the problem, not like the problem is in between us, okay? It was just kind of a message that was coming through. Okay. How can my pile number 1 plan and prepare for 2023? How can they plan and prepare for the year to come? Yes, get clear on your desires. Get very clear on what you're willing to invest in. Like, what are you really willing to invest in? See how they're both putting their energy into it? Like, they're both really setting some intentions here. Hey, guys. Hey, Kaysen, I'm filming, baby. 11:11 on the clock as well. I'm sorry, I should have told you guys that my kids are here and they are playing. So you may hear them in the background. But these people are very much putting their intentions into what they're trying to grow and manifest here. And so I think this is really saying for you, pile number 1, is look, they both got energy coming out of their hands. I don't know if you can see it, guys. But I feel like this is like, what do you really want to put your energy and focus and intention into over this next year? Like, and try and get as clear as you can on this. Like, just pick one thing, 2 things. Like, don't overwhelm yourself with like, I want to do 20 things over this next year. But just picking a couple of things that you could really invest your energy into, okay? That will really grow. Getting really clear on the intentions you want to set, the things you want to see come forth into your life, okay? All right, how can my pile number 1 plan and prepare for the year to come? How can my pile number 1 plan for the year to come? Kaysen? Okay. Okay, interesting. I just got this message here that, like, because this is high level commitment and this is kind of like in and out energy, very fiery and all in, and then it's kind of all out. It like burns out kind of fast. But so I was getting this message as soon as this popped out, is what commitments are you not excited about anymore? Ooh, the wind outside is crazy. But what commitments have you made that like the fire, the passion has burned out? Okay, like you were really excited about it when you started, but maybe you're not feeling that anymore. Are there any big commitments, or maybe not even big, just any commitments that you have made that you're not super passionate about anymore? And can you revisit those? Can you kind of switch things up in one way or another? Maybe even just reframe it in your mind so that it's not like exhausting to you, okay? All right. We're gonna use these. Sorry, you guys are probably hearing my kids play and Bubba, Kaysen. Okay. What message do they need to hear? My pile number 1. What message do they need to hear? What message does my pile number 1 need to hear? This one. It's all coming together. Intuitive hits and soul tribe. The great gathering. It's all coming together. Intuitive hits and soul tribe. So honestly, I feel like I feel like there is, like, you guys are trying, like, there is this sense of, I want a really aligned community here. I want assistance from the other realms, you know, and you do have the assistance. And I feel like for some of you, like, you are going to be making contact with like angels or, you know, your guides and stuff like that, maybe even like ancestors and stuff like that. I think that is really, really good, and kind of getting that like spiritual support. My light keeps changing. Okay, pile number 3. Embrace the in-between and make a vision board. Okay, did I say 3? Pile number 2. Pile number 2, embrace the in-between and vision board. Okay, how can my pile number 2 plan and prepare for the year to come? How can my pile number 2 plan and prepare for the year to come? How can my pile number 2 plan and prepare for the year to come? How can my pile number 2 plan and prepare for the year to come? Ooh, oh, interesting. Page of Wands. So I feel like this is like, what do you want to step into? Like, what, and I feel like this kind of goes back to the overall message. Like, was there anything over the past year that you're like, oh, that would be fun. I would like to do this. I would like to go see that. I would like to experience this. It would be fun doing that. Like, is there any of those things that you weren't able to do over the past year that maybe you can kind of write down and maybe do next year? You know, is there anything here that you can like learn about, anything that excites you, anything that's passionate, anything that's motivating, something that's creative as well that you're kind of new at? Is there something new and fun that you can do, that you can like plan to do, or at least set the intention to do? Okay. How can my pile number 2 plan and prepare for the year to come? How can my pile number 2 plan and prepare for the year to come? How can my pile number 2 plan and prepare for the year to come? Yes, interesting, because this is very, very much like kind of like the Capricorn energy that we're in now. It's very much like pragmatic, logical. What is the next step? Let me have a plan. What is the strategy here? And I'm gonna follow it. So I feel like this is saying, is there any plans that you didn't follow through on? Were there any commitments that you didn't follow through on last year? And what plans and commitments would you like to follow through on this year to come? Okay. And I think not overdoing it, like not feeling like you're Superman and can do it all, but really trying to be logical and practical about the things that you really can commit to and not overcommitting yourself, okay? You don't want to do that. Okay, we got 2 pages out here. I feel like you guys could really, really be looking to learn something new or have, start something new here. The pages are it's kind of like looking at things from like new perspective, from like a beginner's mind here, being open and willing to learn, being ready to learn, being ready to engage in something that you don't have any experience in. I feel like you guys could be looking to start school maybe as well, or maybe like courses or stuff like that online. And at the same time, it's like, what did you learn over this past year that you can apply to next year? Okay, like what did you read? Any books? Did you take any courses? Did you learn any information online or from other people that you can implement into your new year? Okay, kind of maybe reflecting on some information or wisdom or knowledge that you have gained over this year, and can you somehow implement or integrate that into next year? I like that. Okay, how can my pile number 2 plan and prepare for the year to come? Oh, we got the same card as pile number 1 here. Okay, where can you cooperate more? Where do you need to compromise a little more? Where can you receive help and cooperation in your life, okay? Where can you allow people to help you? Where do you need help in your life? Okay, in your work, your family, your home, like where, okay, how can my pile number 2 plan and prepare? Oh, yeah. Is there any boundaries that you need to set with yourself first and foremost? Is there any boundaries that you need to set with yourself and for yourself, for your betterment? And is there any boundaries that you may need to set in your home or with other people? Are there any boundaries that you've kind of let go? Is there any, that you would like to kind of commit to again? And I feel like this is more boundaries for yourself. You know what I mean? We all have to have those limitations and boundaries for ourselves. And have any of those, have you just kind of weighed against? No, not till you clean up the mess in your room. No.
I don't want me out.
Okay, well then no.
You can't clean it.
Well, go knock on the door until you're cleaning it up.
No.
No popcorn. Okay, how can my pile number 2 plan and prepare for the year to come? How can my pile number 2? I think this is very much like looking at your finances, looking at your home, looking at your stability, looking at your investments, okay? Is there any investments that you have made that are not working out for you, that are not really... are there any investments that you would like to make, okay? Is there, I feel like this is really, really looking at how you manage your money as well, maybe even how you manage your home, how you manage the functionality of things as well. Very, very Capricornian energy. Where can you be more efficient? Where can you be more productive? Man, my throat started hurting yesterday. I had to make some tea, get some vitamin C and some turmeric in my body. All right. Kids are so funny. I tell you what. I mean, they are something special. Even in the difficult moments. All right, what message does my pile number 2 need? What message? Oh, you got 2 of them. Break the chain, ancestral patterns, healing, and rewriting the future, which is interesting. Is there any patterns or cycles that you are perpetuating in your life when it comes to connections, when it comes to money, when it comes to family? Is there any cycles or patterns that you are perpetuating that are not for your betterment, not for the betterment of your future generations or anything like that? Which is very funny because I was just talking to my daughter about this last night, about kind of like generational curses, generational cycles, and then also the crumbling. What are you clinging on to? What are you clinging on to? Is there anything that you are really holding on to that is not serving you? Is there anything here? This kind of reminds me of the Tower card in tarot, and I feel like the Tower card, they get really comfortable in their environment, and finally like something has to happen to get them out, to get them, kind of getting out of their comfort zone. So is there anything that you are too comfortable in that it's like there's no growth anymore, there's no expansion? I've been doing the same thing over and over and over and over again. All right, so pile number 3, frog spirit, and clear out the clutter and clean your space. Pile number 3. What can my pile number 3 do to plan and prepare for the new year? Insight, guidance, messages for my pile number 3. to plan and prepare for the year to come. Ooh, I thought I turned that heater off. How can my pile number 3 plan and prepare for the year to come? Yes, really paying attention, Kason, really paying attention to what you have been really focusing on. What have you been working hard on? Have you really seen the results from the things that you've been investing your time, your money, your energy into? And I feel like this is almost like re-examining how much energy and time and devotion that you put into your work. And I'm not saying like maybe you've been doing too much or not, but just kind of looking at it, taking it, reflecting on how much energy and focus and time and attention that really goes into work. And is that really where you want it all to go? If that is the case, like sometimes that's just how it is and we have to accept it. But and also on the flip side of that, it's like, what do you need to focus on more? What needs more of your attention? What needs more of your time? Where do you need to invest more money into something? Like also looking at the flip side of it. Are you investing too much of your time in things that aren't really giving you any return? Okay, how can my pile number 3 plan and prepare for the year to come? How can my pile number 3 plan and prepare for the year to come? So I feel like, are there any decisions here that you have not put in motion, basically? Like, is there any decisions here that you've either made or haven't made? Or that I feel like that, you know, if there are any decisions here that haven't had like a final, this is what we're doing, this is what we're not doing, like that is going to move you forward here, that is going to bring some progression here? Are you just kind of letting decisions linger? Are you not wanting to make any decisions? Okay. And also in getting like, are there any commitments? I can't remember what pile I said this in, but are there any commitments here that are not moving you forward, that are not progressing, that are not, honestly not a part of the plan anymore, like that are not in alignment with you? Okay. How can my pile number 3 plan and prepare for the year to come? How can my pile number 3 plan and prepare for the year to come? How can my pile number 3 plan and prepare for the year to come? Oh, baby. Death and rebirth. So, this is what I'm hearing, is like really looking back with like gratitude and grace and an open heart, and really looking at how much you have grown, how much you have changed, how much you really have accomplished, and just like your involvement over the past year, and just being grateful for it, and just reflecting on it, and just knowing that like there is a constant evolution. And then this time next year, like almost envisioning and seeing like how else would I like to change, how else would I like to evolve, what else would I like to see, like what else would I want to look differently in my life next year, like this time next year, what do I want my life to look like, and also being grateful at the same time for the growth and the evolution that has happened over this past year. I mean, I feel like maybe for you guys, pile number 3, like you may feel like a whole different person than you were when this year started. Okay. How can my pile number 3 plan and prepare for the year to come? Yeah, interesting. I feel like this is kind of like, where in my life am I feeling really comfortable and like I'm not growing anymore? And where in my life am I ready for new experiences? Because she's looking out the window at, you know, the things that are available to her from the comfort of her home. She's got the globe. She's got, you know, she looks like she's ready to travel. She's looking for new experiences here. Did you clean up?
Not shit.
No, no then. No, 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 no. So I feel like, okay, where are you being comfortable, and where in your life are you ready for new experiences? Where are you ready to grow? No, Kason. No, go clean up the bedroom. We're gonna sit down and watch a movie and eat popcorn in just a minute. No. 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 Where can my pile number 3 plan and prepare for the year to come? How can my pile number 3 plan and prepare? So I feel like, is there you know, is there new love in your life? Is there new connections? Where can you kind of open your heart to experiences or maybe new connections coming in your life? Okay. Are there any renewed connections? Have you reconnected with anybody? Or would you be open to reconnecting with somebody next year? You know, like where can you expand your heart a little bit? Where can you open your heart to receive a little, to give a little? And yeah, are you ready for new love? Are you ready for a renewed love? Oh, we got the devil showing up here. We got I didn't see that. So yeah, where is fear and doubt and maybe even addictions, behaviors, habits? Where are they holding you back in your life? Okay. How can my pile number 3 plan and prepare for the year to come? I think a few cards flipped over, but talk about getting a little uncomfortable here. Ooh, that wind. So I feel like, yeah, where are you uncomfortable? Like, where have you been too comfortable in your life that you are not growing? It's kind of stagnant. Things aren't evolving. And where in your life can you grow and evolve and get out of your comfort zone? Okay. Message, guidance, insight from my pile for 3. Pleiadians. Double mission, channeling and uplifting humanity. All right, guys. I hope you have a Merry Christmas. I will see you next time. Bye.